All right, you guys ready for this? All right, this is going to be a test run. Let's see how we go. Here we go. All right, folks. A little bit different of a setup, and it's just kind of a preliminary one at this point. Just did the move. Well, it's been an ongoing thing. It's been about maybe about a month since the last. Actually, it's a month and a day since the last post, the last live video that we did at the old location. And we don't have everything quite up and running just yet, but we've got a good chunk of it. Gonna have a little bit of a different look. As you can see, this my sound room here is what it looks like here on the screen. And we did a couple different changes. And the move, one of the things that came up missing, or misplaced, I should say, is my ball mount for my phone. So this, I'm able to move it, but I'm not able to rotate it. So it'll either turn up in the next couple days, or I'll just get another one. It's just an attachment that fits on here, but I'll probably take this off of the of this and show you guys around. Just very preliminary what we've got going on here, and what's to come. Let me check my mic that it is in the correct location, and no, it was on the correct one before, facing forward. But yeah, so this setup is is better in almost every way than the old room, with two exceptions, two questionable exceptions. One of them is the internet, which we're testing it right now. After many years, many years on DSL, we finally got around to having a cable modem on a business line, which is what I was running, which was what allowed me to do the live stream in the first place for, I guess, a couple of years. And was really happy with how that turned out. And that option isn't available where this house is. This is technically in the country, although not really. It's in the same town that my wife and I work in, which is only 15 minutes north from the old house. But that's not an option. Fiber is not an option. So I've got we picked it up today, a T-Mobile, which is who my phone provider is anyways. It's direct connection through them. So it is significantly slower than, it's a lot better than DSL, which isn't saying anything, but it's significantly slower than a cable modem that I used to have. So we will see if this can do the job, because that's really the only thing I can do right now. Is we have one provider for everything else, and I'm going to run the T-Mobile for this show, this program direct. So if it works well, then it'll be money well spent. The couple different things on the setup here, and that we're doing a couple different things differently. I don't have any of the decorations yet, but I'm probably going to do things a little bit more less restrictive than how they were before. I'm not going to, better than Sunday night football. Is there football on Sunday night? You're not watching it. You're a baseball guy, Joe. How's the feed looking for you? How's the feed, other than this camera that I can't move? I mean, I can move it. I just can't rotate it. But we'll do a little, show you guys around the room. It's got some really cool stuff for it. It is a smaller room than before, but is a more useful room than before, because the old room had two entranceways. One of them went into the master bathroom, and the other one went into the living room, great room, family room, whatever you want to call it. So those two access points weren't flexible, and the wall between the two, you couldn't do anything with it. So that was restrictive. And I had a couch in here. I no longer have a couch. Let's see if this cord is long enough to do this. This is still under construction. Why is this underneath this? All right. You go over here. You go up here. All right. So this is only see the top half of your head. Well, I got two cameras. Okay, so here is the room setup. Okay, here's the door, which is kind of a sliding barn door. That's one of the things that may be an issue is hearing sound from the rest of the house through here. I don't think it's going to be a big issue because there's only one other person living with me at the time, and it shouldn't be. And she's not very loud. I'm actually the loud one, so that's probably one that and the internet connection, which is now being provided by the T-Mobile connection, which I picked up today. And after Monday morning mowing, we moved, and I couldn't be happier that I was able to. I sold my lawnmower, and I plan on never mowing again because now I have an acre and a half or something like that. And I'm not buying a riding lawnmower that costs several $1,000s for the privilege of mowing your own grass. But this is the setup. Here's the old table that you guys know so well, and junk that hasn't been put up there. Oh, we got something cool down here at the bottom. I'll show you what that is in a second. This is the old table with a mount that I got for the computer, for the laptop, so it's not taking up part of the table. And here's the new table. And the cool thing about the new table is it is adjustable height, and you can crank it, and I can get cranked. And it's not motorized on purpose because, first of all, it costs another extra $300, and it's something else that can break. But this is what it is, and I got a nice little divider here, compliments of IKEA. So both of these, I was considering, I talked about getting a second one of these. It's not available anymore. I got it maybe 5-6 years ago at IKEA for about $100. No longer available. So I'm going to be stuck with not being able to use this and replacing it with two other tables, or go ahead and using it, and it is just partner with this other one. So this is the other table, which is adjustable up to probably another 1.5 feet it could go. And so we'll use this one we can do model building over here and painting over here. Speaking of painting, one of the things that I got, and I'm going to do an unboxing of it in the building, is this, because the theme of this place is less chaos. And not that my room was that chaotic, but there's going to be even less chaos. So I picked this thing up. It's from a company on Etsy called Graphic Results in Magnolia, Texas. And it is a paint storage thing for Vallejo paints, or also the AK systems, any of those, which I plan on putting butt out, just like my other ones. And I'm probably going to mount it like this on the wall. Of course, it's going to stick out a little bit. And I want to put it here because this table is not movable, so it's always going to be at this height right here. The other goal I plan on doing is I'm not going to permanently leave anything on these tables. And what I mean by that is where I normally had my paints and stuff that were sitting here, I don't want anything on here, because one of the things that was happening, although I had a pretty good system and I was pretty happy with it, but when you went and you put like tuft or something like that, it would always get caught underneath here, and I distract easy, and I didn't want that on there. So we're going to put this. The intent is to get everything off of the table, so this can be a clear space. There will be something on there if I'm still working on a project and I haven't finished it, but we could be working on 2 different projects, 2 different times. And I also wanted to get cutting boards that, of course, they won't be cut on, in colors that will look nice on the feed and not too distracting. Complementary, both of them are reversible. And I wish they had metric measurements too, but anyways, I still have the old blue cutting board. It's not like we got rid of it or anything. But we're going to finish this all in white because that's kind of the theme of this place. It's white with a side of white and more white, So this is all an improvement. Definitely getting the computer up off of the table where I can use more space here, less things in the way. Also, this little divider here, when we're working on models, it's actually dual-sided. This side you can actually put tacks in, so you can take your instructions, like if we're working on, because I plan on still having the other camera over here. This is, I don't have the ball mount for it, but the other camera, if the ball mount was working, my feed would look something like this. We can still have the other one, and then we can go like, oh, we're going to go work something over on this side. Okay, so we'll move the computer up so it can telescope onto this other area where I'm going to be at. And then you can have this thing over on this side. So we have two different stations. All right. This is all theory. And I did get a new chair, one that doesn't squeak, and it was only $30. So, this has push pins on this side. You can put push pins like if you're working on instructions, like let's say you're building a model of something, and you can put it on here. It'll be on the screen so we can all follow along. And nothing wrong with white. There you go. Well, my wife is not happy about this, but I call this place the White House because everything's on it is about white. Pretty much. And then this side is magnetized, so I can get some rare earth magnets, and also I can flip this either way. So, these are all things I was looking at getting, but there's like no reason to do it until like now. So, let's see, is this cord long enough to do kind of a walk around here? I don't know what I'm going to do with the lights for the time being. This is the light you guys are familiar with, the off-white colored one. That's the one I've used forever. It used to be telescoping in between the two tables. We're not going to be able to do that now. We're going to have to put one probably over there, telescoping out, and then the other one over here. It should work fine. I've got two of them. I bought both of them at the same time. That should work well for now. But my area here with all the models, or at least the World War II models at the time, they're all out. The lighting in this place is pretty freaking stellar, considering there's, it's all LEDs, it's very bright in here, and it's bright enough that I don't need any auxiliary lighting. If we're showing off some of this stuff, there's plenty of light that is coming into here. But we don't have everything just set up. We have some of our buildings there, so forth. Okay, got the normal stuff that you used to see. I moved a couple things around. But this came, the previous owners actually had this. And when I saw this room, I'm like, oh, this is my room. Because I'm not really a fan of this door, only because it could let sound in. But this room is actually a lot more efficient than the old room because I basically can use every wall except where the doorway is. Something I couldn't do before. But this thing is stellar. And this is, let's see if I can change the size of this. Down. I'm just going to have to get stand farther away. This is my built-in bookcase, which is actually bigger than what I had before. So as I had that standalone black one that was to the right of my painting area. So here, this is built in. We got all our naval stuff up here. We got our World War II stuff on these two levels. And we'll get to the bottom. That's the coolest of the coolest stuff. And then over here we got our ancients. Australandia. I don't have that many, but I have just enough. Some of my other ancients things, random stuff. And down here, these are sliding drawers with the grippy stuff in it. And this is not how I plan on keeping it. I just had to put things away in here, but this is stuff that I'm working on and so forth. But the intent is, once we get a handle on this, for it to be more like this. Where we've got these tanks ready to go so that things can be, we can finish projects a little bit more efficiently than before instead of having a big box where they're all jumbled in. But hey, we just moved. Kits that we have finished to some degree or another. And we have several of these. We have 4 on each side. The box with a 15 millimeter lead, unfortunately, that's staying in the garage, because if I put that in one of these drawers, I will break the hinges on the drawers. I mean, the box weighs like 50 kilos. It's back-breakingly heavy. We got some of our, some of our 15 millimeter figures, DBA figures. I don't know what I'm going to do with them yet, and that doesn't mean that they're going out on the market. I've got the cabinet that's normally stored, the stuff is stored with on the outside, has not been installed yet, and I'm not sure if I'm going to install it, because it was very I had it professionally installed. It's very, very heavy. I certainly don't want that thing to fall down, or if something happened to my 15 millimeter figures, I'm like, okay, I'm screwed, because I'm not motivated to build them again, so I don't want to lose those guys. But yeah, that's just kind of a little short, walk around the room here. This room is really pretty good, but my intent in the future is, once I find that ball mount, which all it is is a ball mount that mounts here at the end of this, so it allows me to turn this 360 degrees, and it's just misplaced from the move, which is honestly pretty good. That's the only thing I think I've misplaced that I'm aware of at this point. Well, we can do like this, like we used to, but right now it's on this mountain. I can't do that right now. But this is basically a test. Hopefully you guys are getting a decent feed from this. I have, like I said, a dedicated line specifically for this, and new table, new coverings for it, 2 new cutting things. Mount for the decks, for the laptop. And the funny thing is, it's taken me a while, because I didn't go out and order a bunch of things at once. I'm like, I want to make sure that I need it, think about what it is. Okay, this would be good here. Order that. Okay, comes in 4 days. All right, put that in. All right, that looks good. So it's been kind of a work in progress, but we should be up and running by I'm out of town next weekend, but we should get back to filming here on a regular basis. I do need to put some of these things up so they get out of here, and then start working on projects, knocking out maybe some of these T-34-85s have been sitting on for a couple of months. They're half finished, but I did want to do a test to make sure that it was working okay. The internet that we used to have before was awesome, and it's just not available here. So hopefully this works out okay for you guys, that you can get it. I don't know that I can stream in 4K, that's kind of the next thing I wanted to do. I wanted to stream in 4K, even though some of you guys aren't actually seeing in 4K. I like the ability to be able to do it. I don't know that this piece of equipment can handle that, but we may end up pushing that to the limits. But one of the goals I had this weekend was to put this together, and it just didn't happen. I was busy putting a Murphy bed together last night, which, really kicked our ass. So, but this holds 216 Vallejo style eyedropper type paints, and I think I did a count, and I have about 190. So I should be good with this. I guess I could get a second one, but I don't think I'm going to be getting another 200 more Vallejo paints. I think I've got enough for that. But the AKs fit in here as well. And if this turns out really well, I'll probably order the one that the craft paint goes on as well, and put it up on the wall. But the whole idea is I want to get these things off of my desk space and put them on the wall, because, I want more usable desk space. Less clutter, less chaos. So, but that's it. I just want to kind of do a short video and just make sure all the moving parts were working correctly, and make sure that the download speed and everything was was reasonable. Well, this thing's off a little bit. Oh well, it's no big deal. Cosmetic things that you can't even see. But just basically make sure that all the moving parts are working correctly. And but this is going to be the new home for hopefully another 20 years. But we moved from a home that was like 25 years old, and we were in it for 20 years, to one that's 2 years old. So a lot less maintenance issues, and it looks tremendously bigger than the other home, but square footage it is not. But this room is definitely, even though this is a smaller room than the other one, we won't have a couch in here. I won't be able to do therapy sessions on the couch. But other than that, it's got this great unit here that should allow to access, stuff that we're working on and stuff like that a lot easier. And, I don't really want to store things like this, but we're going to work our way through it, and there won't be any left in here. But anyhow, slow progress, but it is progress. So there he is, Nordic Maelstrom. He's been bored probably for a month. But anyhow, this is hopefully this feed's working out well for you guys. So like I said, it's a dedicated line specifically for this show. It's worth it. It's worth it if it works well. If it doesn't work well, then it doesn't. But there is no fiber option here. I've actually never lived in a place that had fiber. Trust me, if it was available, we would have it. I don't mind paying for things that we get our money's worth out of. But you're always bored. Okay. But anyways, it's just a short video I wanted to do just to make sure that all the moving parts were working okay. And we're probably going to push this system to the limit. I'm probably going to plan on try to film in a little better resolution. My phone can handle it. My computer can handle it. I don't know if the internet is going to be able to handle it, but we'll see. If not, we'll go back to, it's still HD. It's still 1080p, but we'll just take one step at a time. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, folks. And it will not be a month before we get on here again. But we just want to kind of give you a little progress report, and so you could see how things are shaping up. But I appreciate you guys patiently waiting, and we will be back with some more content very soon. All right, folks, have a